To me, Irish people are the funniest in the world. They just are.
Oh, this looks amazing.
I just love any food that comes with its own home.
Everyone's a comedian.
Anything else?
Some greens.
What do you think I am? A juggler?
Stunning. Inspirational. Would you look at the brushstrokes on that?
I think the reason I see comedy in everything is because I was surrounded by it growing up. That's good.
You wouldn't know we're 105.
You're 105.
Do you know what? There's only one word for that. Absolutely cracker.
Hi, how are you? In Ireland, one of the greatest compliments you can give someone is to describe them as a character.
If you find any pearls, give them to me, okay?
Come on, Slowco! Come on, I'm coming! You couldn't run the leg to yourself!
Because as every writer knows, it's the characters you remember long after you've forgotten the story.
Fill your heart with Ireland. Discover more at ireland.com.
Eurogold is driven by being the best civil engineering contractor in the Northwest, ensuring its clients are given the highest level of service that they deserve. Eurogold work in a wide range of industry sectors, including house building, highways, commercial and industrial build.
La Vita is an award-winning, independently run Italian restaurant. Located on Rose Lane in the heart of Liverpool, real Italian-style dishes, using the best ingredients, skillfully prepared by our chefs. Come and try our serious Italian experience.
The Warrington Irish Club, a friendly and welcoming club keeping the Irish culture alive. We have Irish and country music every Saturday night, tribute nights, race nights, charity nights and karaoke. All live sports are shown on big screens. We have snooker, dominoes and Crown Green bowling teams along with arts and craft. Pop in for a friendly welcome and book your event at the Warrington Irish Club.
Gerry Flynn Events presents the original Beat in the Heat on the Costa del Sol. Now in its 23rd year, the Costa del Dance takes place between the 1st and the 11th of April 2024 at the Hotel Amaragua, Torremolinos. Prices start from £680 sterling or €782 for a 7 or 10 night stay with dinner, bed and breakfast featuring the best in country, Irish, ceilidh and set dancing. To book, phone 01254 445 050 or visit gerryflynnevents.com.
Good evening everyone and a very warm welcome. Coming up on the show this week, the Irish government is trying to contact as many people as possible who may be affected by the mother and baby home scandal. Well, later in the show we'll be giving you as much information as we possibly can. But first up tonight, St Francis Parish Centre in Birmingham was the venue for the visit of John Glenn. In 2022, John received a Lifetime Achievement Award for 45 years in the country music business. John has recorded so many great songs down the years, and there was a large crowd waiting to see him and enjoy his music. John, great to see you here tonight in Birmingham at St Francis Centre.
Yeah, it's. I don't think I've ever been here before, Martin, but it's good to see you and all. I know I've seen a lot of faces here in the short time I've been here this evening. We would have played a lot of the clubs here in Birmingham over the years, but I'm not just sure if I was here. I'll know later on.
2022 was a special year for you because you received a Lifetime Achievement Award, 45 years in the entertainment business. Many congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Where does the time go? It's a lot of water under the bridge since then, but myself and the Mainliners reformed in 2018, and then it all ended in 2020 with COVID, and yeah, 45 and into me 48 now. I'll stick it for the 50 anyway, maybe, Martin.
It's over the mountain where the little birds sing on the breeze. In a cottage all covered with ivy, my Eileen is waiting for me.
Gerry, another great night here at St Francis Club.
Absolutely, Martin. Full house at the minute, and it's early doors yet. So, fingers crossed. John Glenn is always a big pull anyway for us, and he's a lovely man, you know. We love having him over and stuff. I've been tracking John since before pandemic, and eventually he said yes. And he jumped on the plane and he came over, and he reckoned he was in Birmingham quicker than he would be in Waterford.
It's great to see the crowds coming out again.
Look, Martin, we're doing our best with the situation. We put on a minibus tonight, and I think the amount of people that was inquiring about it, we could have doubled it. But, you know, we have a nice coach load coming for Cuddy and different things for Christmas and stuff like that, so it's working, you know.
Jake, you're working very hard on bringing bands from Ireland now.
Yeah, absolutely. We've had people inquiring about dates for next year already, and it's probably a bit like yourself. It's filling up quite quickly now for next year, and it's nice to see some new names coming across as well. Norman Boland, great singer, he's looking at coming over the first half of next year, and long may it continue, hopefully.
Let's go back to County Mayo, the pride of all the West, the mountain of Croagh-Patrick, Knockshrine looks at its best.
You're doing a nice little mixture, aren't you, because you're bringing them over from Ireland, you're using your local people here as well, so it's kind of a nice contrast for all you people that come in and enjoy.
Yeah, well, we like to make it a good night, and having the likes of Billy Martin tonight, it's nice to give Billy a few gigs as well, and it makes it a good night, and it's not just somebody coming over from Ireland and having to pay to come in for an hour or two. You know, they get a good night's worth of music.
There's no fancy carpets and no telephone, but the one thing our house is a home.
Christmas only around the corner. What have you got lined up for a roundabout then?
Where we are, Martin, with that is we have on the 15th of December, which is a Friday night, we have Frank Nelson coming in. And Frank always brings a nice little group. He has his own following and different things. And then on the Saturday, the 16th, we got Sean Cuddy, we got Billy Martin, we got Peter Collins, and we got Jake Davies. So, you know, we've got, it's lovely, and we have food, and we have sandwiches and stuff and that, you know, and drink, food and drink, Martin. And
I can't believe you got drink as well.
Oh, we have, yeah, well, we have to go easy at times on that, but look, it's all a part of living, isn't it? Try and live. Great staff, lovely people here. Can't complain, Martin. And while they're here, we'll be here.
Ray, tell me, how is St Francis Centre going these days?
It's going very well, thankfully. We've had a number of big nights here over recent months, largely down to Gerry, Carney and Mora. And Jake, of course, they organised the big bands to come over, so we've been very privileged to have John Rafferty here, we've had the duets here, Sean Cuddy coming in December, and of course we've got the marvellous John Glenn tonight. So we've had some fabulous nights, and we're doing very well financially on the back of it. So it's wonderful to see a full house tonight. I can only thank the people for coming and supporting St Francis, and long may that continue. Sunday and Monday we're open. Sunday night we have live entertainment every Sunday night, free of charge, from 9 o'clock till 11:30. And then on Monday we just have a small crowd in for the bingo, more for the community than anything else. I mean, I'm very fortunate. I mean, my wife is a lovely person, but she's also an excellent cook. And between her and Carol, they put on the spreads here all the time. And we're inundated with people asking for buffets, birthday parties, and they do it all for free. I mean, myself and Dolores don't draw a penny out of this centre, so it's all voluntary.
Wow, that's some commitment.
Yeah. Well, Father Kelly and I, we're the two directors, and you know, the way I operate is I make the decisions in the centre and Father Kelly makes them in the church, and he works very well indeed. The church next door, if people haven't been to the church, they ought to make some effort. And we've just had a new marble altar, a marble lectern, so it's absolutely fantastic.
Tommy, tell me, when did you first get into running? Were you always interested in running as a young boy?
No, I was kind of late getting into it. I probably didn't start till I was about 20 years of age, like, which would be reasonably late getting into athletics, like. So, but I took to it like a duck to water. After 3 years, I won a Carlow cross-country championship for the first time, and I actually won 13 Carlow senior cross-country championships. Going back over the years, like, I probably at my best, I would have maybe run up to 100 miles a week, like, you know. But now at this stage, I'd probably do maybe 45 miles a week, but that's every week, yeah.
Wow. You say that as though it's just like 45 miles to me in a car is a long way.
Yeah, but it's you're looking at maybe 6 days a week. At this stage, I take 1 day off a week. I used to run 7 days a week. I remember back in Birmingham, I won the over 50s in the British and Irish cross country over here. I won the over 55s cross country in Ireland.
You've had great success. I mean, we've been looking at your medals here tonight, and they're beautiful.
Yeah, in March we went to Poland, a little town called Turin in Poland, for the World Championship, the World Masters Athletics Championships, and I was successful there. I finished second in the cross country, and we won. The Irish team won gold medals at that for the team, and 2 days later I ran the 10 kilometres on the road, and I finished third in that. That's the silver for the cross country, and that's the bronze there for the 10 kilometre road championships.
They're all so heavy. You wouldn't run too far with them around your neck, would you?
No. It's amazing the amount of countries that would be in the World Masters now at this stage. Like you've gone now from over 35s where Masters starts now, and you have right up to over 80s, and even guys in 95 years of age like competing on the track. It's amazing. And it's very competitive as well. Like, it's not just going out for jogs. Like, it's competitive.
You're over for the weekend from Carlow with relatives here, of course. You're a brother-in-law of Gerry's.
Yeah, my brother-in-law in Gerry's. We come over here now and again. It's been a few years since we were over now. He brings us over for a few of these events. And my sister-in-law, Gerry's other sister, is her 80th birthday, so we're kind of celebrating that as well.
There's a lot of history there between you and the Mainliners, and of course you go back quite a long way.
Myself and my wife Yvonne, or the girlfriend at the time, we got married on the 3rd of May 75, and I joined the Mainliners on the 7th of May, and we were playing 5, 6 and 7 nights a week. So it was a good start to a marriage, but it lasted anyway. We're still together. Yeah, I was with them for 3 years, and recorded 4 albums with them, and the big one was The Sunny Side of the Mountain single, and the album of the same title.
On the sunny side of the mountain where the rippling waters flow.
One regret that I don't have any footage of myself and the Mainliners together on like cine camera or reel to reel.
When you went back and you had the reunion after Big Tom sadly passing away, that must be great to get back with them again.
Yeah, it was great, Martin. We recorded a wee album, a 12-track album, and all the singers in the band was on the album. And we had it done just before COVID came in, so we didn't get a chance to go on the road and promote it and maybe have an album launch for it. But so it's too late now. You know, it's 3 years have passed by or more, and I don't think myself and the Mainliners will be back on the road again.
Turn back the years.
Looking forward to having a chat with some of them. I remember some of them anyway, and particularly Brenda. She's here tonight. She travelled all the way from Leeds, and she used to come to see us in London. The first time we met her, I think, was in Stockwell. She's originally from Dublin, and she's here tonight. It's great. I haven't seen her in years.
Martin, you probably see the old tie on tonight. That's on a show-off business because I have family here over all the way from Carlow. So
it won't last
this won't last long as soon as they've come in the door. And Martin, thank you very much for coming down to see us all the way from Manchester. And Annette, you know, it's great to have people like you around as well, you know, that's going to throw this out and put us on the mat.
It was a great night with John Glenn, and Billy Martin and Johnny Fingers McHugh doing a great job also in entertaining the crowd. Now later in the show we'll be playing you John Glenn's new release, Why Is the Old Road Calling Me? But for now we're going to take a break and we'll see you in a few minutes.
To me, Irish people are the funniest in the world. They just are.
Oh, this looks amazing.
I just love any food that comes with its own home.
Everyone's a comedian.
Anything else?
Some greens.
What do you think I am? A juggler?
Stunning. Inspirational. Would you look at the brushstrokes on it?
I think the reason I see comedy in everything is because I was surrounded by it growing up.
That's good. You wouldn't know we're 105.
You're 105. Between us. Do you know what? There's only one word for that. Absolutely cracker.
Hi, how are you? In Ireland, one of the greatest compliments you can give someone is to describe them as a character.
If you find any pearls, give them to me, okay?
Come on, Slowcoat. Come in, I'm coming. You couldn't run the length to yourself.
Because as every writer knows, it's the characters you remember long after you've forgotten the story.
Fill your heart with Ireland. Discover more at Ireland.com.
Eurogold is driven by being the best civil engineering contractor in the Northwest, ensuring its clients are given the highest level of service that they deserve. Eurogold work in a wide range of industry sectors, including house building, highways, commercial and industrial build.
La Vita is an award-winning, independently run Italian restaurant. Located on Rose Lane in the heart of Liverpool, real Italian-style dishes, using the best ingredients, skillfully prepared by our chefs. Come and try our serious Italian experience.
The Warrington Irish Club, a friendly and welcoming club keeping the Irish culture alive. We have Irish and country music every Saturday night, tribute nights, race nights, charity nights and karaoke. All live sports are shown on big screens. We have snooker, dominoes and crown green bowling teams along with arts and craft. Pop in for a friendly welcome and book your event at the Warrington Irish Club.
Gerry Flynn Events presents the original Beat in the Heat on the Costa del Sol. Now in its 23rd year, the Costa del Dance takes place between the 1st and the 11th of April 2024 at the Hotel Amaragua, Torremolinos. Prices start from £680 sterling or €782 for a 7 or 10 night stay with dinner, bed and breakfast featuring the best in country, Irish, ceilidh and set dancing. To book, phone 01254 445 050 or visit gerryflynnevents.com.
Welcome back. Now the Irish government is trying to contact as many people as possible who may be affected by the mother and baby home scandal. FRIA is a charity organisation who works in partnership with Irish Community Care Merseyside, Irish Community Care Manchester and the Leeds Irish Health and Homes. Well, recently we went along to speak to Patrick Rogers, to Kieran Connolly and to Natalie Hughes to find out how people can get more information about their family background. Patrick, tell me a little bit about the mother and baby home and where you're up to at the moment.
So the scheme has been running for some time now, over a year, and we are currently helping people access their early life records, making applications for the contact preference tracing, which is where children or parents can look to get in contact with any children that they had that were adopted. And the payment scheme, which the government have just passed through the Dáil in July, is going to come online soon. So at some point soon, we'll also be able to help people make applications to that.
Of course, this is a real breakthrough that people can now find out a lot more.
I think the thing about it is, Martin, is that where people can trace together their origins, a wee bit of the background of their life that has so far been denied to them, it has a real positive impact on both their mental health and their lives going forward. So we think it is really vital that people who are in mother and baby homes and want a wee bit more information about who they are, about where their background is and where they came from, do look to trace their early life records.
Now, Natalie, of course, a lot of people have been involved with this, and it's very upsetting for lots of families.
It is, yeah. I think the experience of the people are quite harrowing and quite difficult, but it also means that it's really important work that we have to do. So at the stage we're at now, we're trying to raise awareness and get to have those conversations to be more normalised and get people talking about it so that we can really get the reach that we want to.
And it's vitally important as well for people out there that may have families or maybe have a loved one that could be affected. Vitally important they come along, get this information and maybe get into the finance scheme as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's worth bearing in mind as well that there could be people out there who have this lived experience but have never spoken about it. So there could be people in people's families or friends or kind of close circles that they're just not aware of. So it's really important to have this conversation and encourage involvement as much as possible.
Kieran, of course, we know there's a huge Irish population in Liverpool, and of course, you're representing Freya in Liverpool, and the mother and baby home. A lot of people will be affected by this in your area.
Yeah, absolutely. There was a significant proportion of the population who were residents in the mother and baby home would have came to the UK, and a lot of them would have settled in Liverpool, you know. So we're working across Merseyside, Lancashire, Cumbria, that sort of northwest area region to try and ensure we get as wide a grasp as possible for former residents and survivors.
Now we know that it's been a horrible thing that's happened, that people can find out about maybe their loved ones or what's happened to their baby or what's gone on in years gone by, and now it seems to be coming out that we can get more information.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's progress in itself. Of course, there are voices that are critical of the government response, but on the whole, it's an absolute positive step. And ourselves at Freya are going to be integral to ensuring that former residents and survivors, access and receive the support and advice that they need.
So for people in Liverpool and Merseyside and around your area, how can they find out a little bit more?
Yeah, so first and foremost, they can go on the Freya website, which is www.freya.org.uk. They can contact myself as well via email, so it's kieran.connolly@freya.org.uk. But my details are on the Freya website, as well as Natalie's here and Patrick's are all on the Freya website.
The law in Ireland has changed for people who are adopted. The Birth Information and Tracing Act is now here. It means that any person who is adopted, boarded out or had their birth illegally registered now has full and unrestricted access to any of the information the Irish state holds about their birth and early life. This includes their birth certificate, care information and medical information. The new law also establishes a tracing service to facilitate contact between adoptees and birth parents and relatives. This is also a free service and it allows for different levels of contact. Some people might be willing to share background information. They might be willing to communicate by email, letter or telephone, or they might be willing to meet in person. Others may wish no contact at all, and it's up to each individual to make that choice. The Adoption Authority of Ireland believes that more than 100,000 people are affected by the new legislation.
Natalie, we know that you're here in Yorkshire representing Leeds Irish Health and Homes and of course Freya and again of course a big Irish community here in Leeds, and it's vitally important that they have a contact point to find out more.
Yes, absolutely. So once again, Leeds, as well as the other areas that we've spoken about, have got quite a large Irish population. So we want to reach out not just to the Irish community, but sort of region-wide, so Yorkshire and the North East as well, everywhere really. My contact details are on the Freya website, so I'm contactable via email and also by phone as well if you want to text or give me a call.
Patrick, it's taken quite a long time to get to this point where people can find out more information about their families.
It has taken a long time, and for some people it has been a long, painful road that they've had to travel. Now, fortunately, there is more of information available for people, and we would hope that they would look to take the opportunity to access that. But what we also hope is that people learn about the scheme, what the scheme contains, and if they then make an informed choice that they do not want to pursue tracing their early life records or pursuing this payment scheme, then that's absolutely fine. But we want people to read and understand what is out there and make an informed choice on what they're going to do going forward.
There's a lot of help and support out there, as we just heard from Natalie and Kieran, in this area here in the north of England. And of course, that's vitally important as well in Manchester.
Well, yes, of course, there's a huge Irish community that's settled in the Greater Manchester area. So not just central Manchester, but also in places like Bolton and Rochdale and Oldham. So they are also more than welcome to get in contact with us about the Freya project. My details, if you're in Greater Manchester, are on the website. My email address is patrick.rogers, that's R-O-D-G-E-R-S, patrick.rogers@freya.org.uk. And of course, this is going out nationwide. So if you are not in the north of England, you can contact Rachel Nally at the Coventry Irish Society, or you can contact Sean or Katie at the London Irish Centre Survivors Project, and they will be able to deal with any inquiries that you have into mother and baby homes or similar institutions. It has been a sad reflection on the Irish state at the time, but the thing about it is now we've moved forward, and hopefully the Irish state has learnt the lessons of what has happened and will try not to repeat this again. And now people can look to trace some records. They can look, I suppose, putting things right is never the way that it will be, because the experiences that people lived, you cannot erase that. But what people can do is maybe try to deal with it in different ways, and the Irish state can also try to deal with it in a different way, and we can all work together as an Irish community in Britain to ensure that people get the support that they require.
For people watching the show tonight who may be affected by the mother and baby home scandal, need to contact Patrick Rogers from Irish Community Care Manchester, Kieran Connolly from Irish Community Care Merseyside, and Natalie Hughes from the Leeds Irish Health and Homes. Now, earlier on in the show, we mentioned that we would be playing John Glenn's brand new release, Why Is the Old Road Calling Me? We'll see you all next week. Take good care.
The path of glory has taken me around the world and back, and I often wonder what I've learned along the dusty track. Rounding bends and making friends and answering highways call. Hungry days and lonely nights, man, I've seen it all. So why is the old road calling me when you'd think by now it should know? I've a million miles behind me and it's time for me to go. I've rolled the dice in Vegas, got high in Amsterdam, and I've spent some time in New York town, a sad and lonely man. But the buzz of standing on the stage and the message in my songs cleared the dark clouds from my mind and helped me move along. So why is the old road calling me when you think by now it should know? I've a million miles behind me and it's time for me to go. For the wandering soul, there is no rest, and the journey never ends. And life's eternal traveling sack will always be his friend. But the wheel of life keeps turning and old Father Time moves on. So maybe now it's time for someone else to sing my songs. So why is the old road calling me when you'd think by now it should know. I've a million miles behind me and it's time for me to go. I've a million miles behind me and it's time for me to go.